while I understand why people think bubble baths, pedicures, and candles equal self-care, I don't like it. Like, self-care does not involve money and the external things that are hyped up to make you feel good. Self-care is about the normal, everyday things that you do to take care of your temple. And if you reframe the way that you think about your body to think about it as being a temple, you will begin to truly understand what self-care is. So this video is all about returning back to basic principles of self-care. Hey y'all, welcome to another vlog. If you are new here, my name is Tiffany. I'm a full-time mental health and substance abuse therapist bringing you food, lifestyle, and mental health content. Girl, I need sleep, okay? So I have not been doing very well at like making sure that I get enough sleep. So this vlog is dedicated to practicing childish principles, the good childish principles. So we are going to go back to our little kid routines this week, okay? So the other week when I wasn't really feeling my best, I was trying to bounce back after being sick. I said that I wanted to be pretty, like intentionally pretty every single day. So I did something every day that made me feel very pretty. Now, this week, girl, we got to actually take care of our temple, okay? So I am going to start with going to sleep early tonight. Like, that is going to be the first thing on my list. We're gonna hope that that goes well because I started Queen's Court last night and it was really good and I stayed up until midnight. So, let's see how this week goes. Bitch, I'm outside of some movie. Blue cheese, I swear I'm addicted to blue cheese. I gotta stick to this paper like blue sleep. Bitch, I'm by my chicken like it's a two-piece. You can have your bitch back, she a groupie. She just swallow all my kids in a two-seat. Swagged out, familiar, we bringing them gas out. I still got some racks stuffed in the trap house. Off the 42, I'm blowing her back out. One of the things my mom used to do with me when I was little was lay my clothes out at night. And we would, on Sundays, go through the closet, lay out all of my clothes for the entire week. So Monday through Friday, all of my school clothes were ready. I picked this out last night, so I wouldn't have to use my brain to think about what I would be wearing today. I always feel like I'm setting myself up for success when my clothes are laid out. It's just something about having to pick my clothes out in the morning that just, I don't know, it don't sit right with me. And lately I've been doing it a lot. So that's probably why, my self-care and all of that hasn't been really all that. Because like self-care is like being intentional about taking care of your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial self. And I haven't been doing what I should be doing. So it's time for me to get back to these basic like self-care principles because I need to reset like everything. Yeah, I mean, like when it comes to working out, I take care of my physical. I eat healthy. Lately, I've been eating a lot of bread. It's been making me happy, so I'm not upset about that. But yeah, I went to the gym this morning, as I always do, and I slept. So I cut the TV off because I was like, why am I up watching this? I was watching YouTube last night, and I cut the TV off at like a little bit before 9:40. And I didn't get up until 5, so I got close to 7.5 hours of sleep, but I still need more sleep. So really my focus for today is sleep. So when I get home from work, I am going to strip, take off all my clothes, put on my robe, and take me a nap. I think that I'm actually, so a lot of times lately when I've been taking my naps, I will cut the TV on and try to like fall asleep to the TV. But I already know that that's not a good idea because of the blue light. So I'm thinking what I'll do is when I get home from work, I'm gonna strip and then I am going to read until I fall asleep because I haven't even been reading lately. And that's another little kid, you know, self-care routine that my dad used to do with me before it was time to go to bed at night. He would read me Bible stories, not even regular stories, because the deacon was going to read me a Bible story. So I'm going to read for at least 30 minutes until I start yawning, and that will help put me to sleep. So I'm going to do that when I get home from work. I wanted a cup of coffee, but that is going to affect my sleep. So I don't want to put any drugs in my system because caffeine affects sleep, and little kids don't drink coffee, or at least they shouldn't. No judgment if you live in another country, blah, 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 blah. You know how people are. Everybody's so offensive these days, or offended these days. So that's the plan for today. I'm going to focus on sleep and rest. It's my regular. I'm talking takes for better. Takes for better. We've been down. It's my regular. I'm talking takes for better. I gotta catch y'all up. So by catch up, I mean today's the next day. Yesterday, like where we left off was, I read before my nap, right? And the book got good to me, but as soon as I started to feel like I was getting sleepy, I was like, all right, let me put this book down, let me take my nap. Did not cut the TV on, just like I intended. Fell asleep eventually, and my daggone neighbor's baby, who I have nicknamed Screaming Demon because all she does is scream, she don't cry. She started screaming, that woke me up, so I had to get up and put my ear plugs in. These things are a lifesaver because whenever I have these in, I can't hear her. I'll link them below in case you have a loud neighbor, a snoring husband, or a cubicle person who talk too much like I do. They are a lifesaver. Now, where I went wrong yesterday, and I knew I was wrong when I did it, was Queen's Court. Bae got out the shower after the gym and he was like, you ready to watch Tamar and them? And I said, you ain't said nothing but a word because I've been waiting on you. And we watched not one, but 2 episodes. And yet again, we did not cut the TV off until midnight. But I honestly wasn't even sleepy until then. So like I tried to lay down and go to sleep, but I couldn't even fall asleep immediately. So practicing my good habits, I pulled out my book and I started reading. So that was a plus side, was that, even though I stayed up late, I did continue to practice those good habits that would help me go to sleep. Some of the other things that I did yesterday to kind of get back to those, basic little kid routines that we often forget about when we become adults and feel like we no longer need, even though we really do need, was yesterday I journaled as well. So I honestly like to journal at work to get my day started, but I haven't been doing it as regularly as I used to. But I did journal yesterday for 15 minutes, and that was nice. And children do not sit at computers all day because their attentions cannot, hold them for that long. So I also got up from my desk and worked in a different environment, in a different part of our office building. So that was really nice. It kind of broke up the day a bit and gave me something to look forward to, something new with a little bit of dopamine or whatever. Another basic thing that kids do that adults stop doing is adults do not allow children to look at electronic devices while they eat. In a perfect world, right? When you're not sitting in front of the TV. When you're sitting at home and you're just eating at the table, your kid is eating, you usually do not allow them to scroll on an iPad, right? So that is the thing that I'm going to practice today. I am going to eat without staring at a screen. I can listen to a podcast or something like that. But when you eat while you're looking at a screen, you're not paying attention to your hunger and fullness cues. So you might overeat, and then when you overeat, that ends up disrupting digestion, and then that ends up affecting your sleep as well. That I think this was actually the day that I did it. I think the day I hadn't filmed it, but the day that I ate without looking at a screen, like for dinner and all that, I actually ended up having a bowel movement that night as well. I usually just go one time a day in the morning, but I think because my body was so relaxed, I ended up having another bowel movement because your body will only digest in a state of relaxation. So if you're like super anxious or anything like that, you might recognize that you have some gastrointestinal distress, maybe some IBS, maybe some constipation. All of that could be related to anxiety. Is it bad that I got a go-to outfit for when I don't want to get dressed for work? This is it. I put on this Cornell sweatshirt and then these Air Maxes. Yeah. This is it, baby. I'm gonna put these on downstairs because I'm trying to get better at not putting on my shoes in the house until I get at least on the hardwood floor. So this is my outfit for today. And I just put my hair in a ponytail because I was like, oh, this is cute with this sweatshirt. I usually like to eat while watching YouTube videos, but not doing that today. Sometimes I'll scroll TikTok too, and that's not good either. So right now I'm just eating in silence, but if I wanted to, I could play some music or listen to a podcast. I might cut on a podcast because I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast. If you like podcasts and you listen to podcasts, let me know. I already told y'all one of the genres of podcasts that I like listening to in my last vlog. Wow. I was so fed up with work today. I came home, washed my face, put this mask on, and went to sleep. I think my nap was like 2.5 hours long. I actually did cut on the TV to fall asleep. Oh, that was such a good nap. I woke up feeling so refreshed and relaxed. And yet again, when I woke up, I ended up having another bowel movement. But anywho, I just finished eating breakfast for dinner. I have been throwing down these last few days. Last night I made a Mediterranean bowl that was comparable to kava in my opinion. And then the night before that I grilled up some lamb chop like steaks. I roasted some butternut squash, had some sauteed spinach, and then we had it with pita and whipped feta on the side. Woo, that was good. Because I've been doing fridge clean out, so I'm trying to like clean and eat up like everything that's in the freezer and fridge before I go grocery shopping. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow, but I'm feeling good. I'm about to go ahead and shower and wash this off though.
All night, say it. I want all night. I want all night, say it. I want all night. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town.